Hi friends, welcome back. So if you didn't see my last video on the obstacles that are keeping you from starting, I gave a little bonus snippet in that video in which I talked about documenting over creating. And now this isn't my idea. This idea comes from Gary Vee, and what he suggests is that instead of attempting to create content, that we simply document our lives. And I think that very much struck a chord with me because I consider myself more of a journalist than an artist, and I've found a lot of healing through journalism, even healing like TMJ. Like, I mean, when I tell you the massive changes that I've had in my physical, mental, emotional, spiritual being simply through journaling, it makes sense that I would want to get out here and journal instead of simply creating content. And so this is part of that series. For today, I want to speak to anyone who is specifically on their journey to the top, right? They want to be the top of their game. They aspire, they have big dreams, but there's a disconnect there and something isn't clicking. And now this is something that I had to realize on my own, and it was that I was aspiring to be like someone who was already at the top of their game, right? That is essentially the goal. But I think what you need to do is you need to break that down into more actionable, manageable blocks. And one of the ways that I found to do that is to not look to the most successful people in our society as your inspiration. Instead, I think it's more beneficial for you to look to amateurs for your inspiration. Okay, and that's my little 13% hipster coming out right now. But essentially, if you're looking at people who are already at the top, they are so far away from you, right? And you maybe look at their body of work and you say, I could never do that because it's just so massive. But when you look to an amateur for inspiration, you can see the work as it's being put out. You can see the work that is not perfect, but it's resonating with people. And I learned this firsthand. I learned this most recently from one of the women that I follow on YouTube. I started following her for her ASMR videos, which, to be honest, weren't that great, but that's also kind of what can sometimes make an ASMR video great, is that it's so lo-fi, it's so raw and just in the moment. I don't like people who like overdo it, especially the people who are always on the microphone. Stop, that's gross. But anyway, I started following her for her ASMR videos and just kind of kept the subscription there. She doesn't seem to be making any more ASMR videos, but she did start posting almost every single day. And similar to her previous videos, these videos that she's putting out on a regular basis are more, again, kind of raw. The camera is sometimes like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not quite in focus, or kind of like cuts her off. She doesn't seem to put a lot of effort into her physical appearance, or will like purposely record herself like with the sun beating down on her and she's squinting and she's sweating and she's just talking like mad conspiracy shit. But in the past, what's it been now, 5 or 6 months, that I just happened to glance at her subscriber count because I watch some of her ASMR videos regularly. I've been able to see just from her putting her content out there and documenting what she's going through on her like spiritual awakening path, she's attracted like over 2,000 people in 5 months. And that's nothing to sneeze at. Like, I know most of us want 200,000 people. We want 2 million people. But here's a question for you. Do you feel like you have the quality of work, the quality of value within you, the quality of systems in place right now for you to handle 20,000, 200,000, 2 million subscribers? I don't think so, right? Most of us don't. You have to get there over time. But 2,000 people, that's enough people to start building a small little community for yourself, to communicating with them and wondering what it is that they really need that you may be able to provide, right? You can work with that. And so I think we need to start, again, looking at the amateurs that are putting work out there and seeing their growth, not just in the numbers, but in the quality of their work, in the value of what they're putting out, rather than simply going to, the J-Lo's and the Mr. Beasts and the Steve Jobs and all these people. Like, it takes time to get there, right? So that's my little reflection for today. I think it would be pretty sleazy of me to be like, hey, I'm an amateur, follow me. You can if you want to. I am on a path to solopreneurship, but I'm also in the process of making a massive dream come true with an organization. So, hey, we'll see which one actually works out in the end. But yeah, if you have someone that you've been following, I know it's really easy to do it with like musical artists, but maybe there's an actor or some lesser known writer or something that you've been following and you've seen their growth and you've seen their evolution and that has somehow helped you. Comment down below, let me know, maybe I'll go check out their stuff. But tell me what you think. Don't you think this is the better way to do it? Is to aspire to just be like one level better than you are now instead of immediately going for 100,000 times better? I think so. Let me know. And thanks for watching. Bye.